Here's the first of our route concept packages that I think is a great passing play for you to run. It's called All Goes, and you can run this against any defensive look. You can run it against two high, cover four, cover two, cover three. Whatever you get, it's a good play, and you can structure it so that it works for your team. The kind of personnel that I think you need to run this play, obviously, you need some speed, and at least enough speed at every position that you can really stretch the field. Am I talking 4.5 speed, 4.6 speed? If you have one player who can run 4.5, 4.6, that's great. I'd put him at either the Z or the F, okay? But that's all you need at that speed. I'm talking more like 4.8, 4.9 speed at all the other positions, okay? And again, depending on your level, college is a different game. Maybe at the really high levels of football or in some states of football where you have a lot more speed to play with on the field, you would need faster receivers at those positions, and it wouldn't be that hard to come up with. But generally speaking, I think at the high school level, if you can run 4.9, then you should be able to play one of these receiver positions, okay? Because it's more about running the route hard and right than it is about just flat out speed, okay? So with the all-go route, again, we have our Bob passing protection here. Our halfback, he is on a check release, so he's going to step up and check to help protect. Again, his rule is check the mic, then the next inside linebacker, and then the outside linebacker. He's checking 1, 2, 3. This one is taken care of here with our angles out here, and this one here is taken care of out of here. And you can put a quick audible in if you want to throw hot. If either of these linebackers steps up and blitzes, I just throw a quick one route to the outside, or even a zero route, a hitch route works fine as well. So as you're coming across, as you're running this play, the Z and the F, they need to get a great release off the ball and get around the linebackers full speed. Okay, so they cannot get contacted. The quarterback's progression is this. The first thing he needs to do is look for open windows where on the pre-snap receivers are uncovered downfield. So if you look at this, we have a cover 3 shell. There are 2 receivers that pre-snap are uncovered downfield. So we've got the Z and the F. All right, that is the quarterback's going to key on that. And why wouldn't he pick the Y or the X? Because the corners are 7 or more yards off. So anytime a defender is 7 or more yards off, we're going to assume that they are a deep coverage defender, and more than likely they will be. Okay, now all of this could change at the snap, but most teams are not as good at disguising defensive coverages, especially at the high school level, as you might think they are. Okay, and with a little bit of film study, you can figure out what they're trying to do. Okay, so we're going to consider him covered pre-snap. So that's going to impact our read progression with this play. All right, now the quarterback is going to progress from if he's a right-handed quarterback, right to left. If he's a left-handed quarterback, left to right. And it's very simple. If we get a good release here and no contact on the linebacker and the safety does not get over in time, then he's going to deliver the ball 18 to 22 yards to the Z right here. Okay, the ball needs to be on a little bit of a line, not lofted over the top of everyone. He's got to throw it right behind the linebacker's ear as the Z passes the linebacker, and the Z will curve it in just inside a little bit. And with the Z being more than likely your best receiver as your first option, he should have the speed to get past whoever they put at the linebacker position here. Okay, so that's option number 1. If he does not get collisioned and the safety cannot get over and cover it, we're going right there. Okay, option number 2, Z gets collisioned, all right, progression number 2, and or the safety gets over the top, all right. So this is a 3-step drop. I forgot to cover that, but it's a 3-step drop. He's looking right here. If his foot hits the ground at the end of the 3rd step, he's delivering it right here, right now. Okay, no hitch step. But if he gets collisioned or the safety gets over the top and it's no longer there, then we're going to hitch step one time and we're looking backside here. So automatically our quarterback The second he sees him get collisioned, his head comes back over here, and we are looking to the backside F, okay? Again, now, did the F get collisioned? Is he slowed up on his route? Is the safety over top of this one? All right, again, that's what he's looking for. If neither of those happen, we're delivering the ball again. Same distance, maybe a little bit, maybe 22 yards is probably where we're looking to deliver the ball here. And again, now, if either of those two things happen, if the linebacker collisions him and throws him off the timing, or the safety gets over the top, then we're going to check down to our halfback running an option route down inside here. Okay, so his third or his second hitch step is to get the ball out to the H. So it's 3-step drop, check here, hitch, here, hitch again, right here. This is option number 3. We're trying to get the ball to the H. The H is going to go up to 4 yards depth and then work either side, wherever he sees a window or can run away from a defender. We don't want to determine where he has to go, because he could have to go change it up and go another direction, okay? But he needs to be decisive. He's either going to turn outside into a window or turn inside into a window. If it's man coverage and there's one guy on him, he's either going to break outside and keep going or break inside and keep going, all right? So if that's his third option, is to dump it down inside. And again, these can be very quick checks. Quick check, collision over here, got collision automatically. We're looking here for the dump off route. Can't get that. His fourth and final option is to run, okay? He's going to know pre-snap the best areas for him to run are going to be the window right here, okay, or the window right here. And if those windows are closed, then he's going to have an option to wheel outside to either side. Okay, so the quarterback needs to have an escape plan figured out as he's stepping up. It's either inside here, or if he's getting a lot of pressure, wheel outside to one side or the other side. And as he's wheeling out, he can continue to look, do a scramble drill here with your receivers. Once they have determined that they've hit 22 yards and the ball's not out, and they look back for the ball, it's a scramble drill. They need to break and get even with the quarterback. Need to trail the quarterback. Deep Y and X need to come back to the ball, okay? Because if you're shallow, you go deep. If you're deep, you come back. If you're in the middle zone, you're going to trail. You're going to follow the quarterback at the depth you're at. That's basically our scramble drill. All right. So the H would take it up deep. Z would break it off. Corner would come back. And again, the quarterback's option when he's scrambling, if he scrambles up the middle, he's just going to run and slide. If he's scrambling outside here, he's going to look for one of his options coming across, or he's going to run it. All right, so that's the all-go package, all-go route against one high safety. And then I'm going to show it to you against two high safety. So against two high safeties, there's really only one change that happens, but the quarterback is going to recognize very quickly, right off the bat, who his options are. And again, his progression may change here. So let's say a team is playing a hard cover 2, and their corners are pulled up here. Pre-snap read, which receivers are covered up right off the bat. Okay, one thing we do change with two high safety, the backside is going to break to the middle of the field. Okay, so right away the quarterback's going to pre-snap identify cover 2. The Y has no deep coverage right over the top of him. The Z is covered. There's a safety right there. The F, breaking inward on an 8 route, a post route, does not have anyone covering him, and the X does not have anyone covering him deep. Okay, so that's our progression right there. We're going to start from our play side all the way to our back side. And what I'd probably do is I would tell the quarterback, okay, we're going to pick a side and start from that side, and we're only going to pick 2 deep patterns to look to. Okay, after the 2 deep patterns, we're checking down, because I think it's a little too much for a guy to survey the whole width of the field while he's dropping back. All right, so the Y is his first read. All right, can Y get a free release outside the corner? We force him outside. He has to get a release outside. up the field. If he's untouched, right up the sideline, that's our first read, 3-step plant throw. Okay, because the safety is being held by the Z, and that's a great ball right there that we want to get it out right now, right on time. Okay, then he's going to quickly check back here. His backside check is going to be to the F, running the 8. The reason we don't really want him to sit or think about this one a whole lot is because it's kind of a no-brainer. Safety's high. It's not going to be a good throw. Okay, but we're starting the progression from the play side here so that if we can draw anyone over, it will open up the backside. All right, so progression number 1 right here to the Y. Progression number 2 is going to go right to the F's post route because it's a too high safety look. All right, again, if the safety does not get over the top of that one, then we're going to that one off of his first hitch step right down the middle of the field. His third progression is to the read, the halfback read right inside here, or not the read, the halfback option route, breaking in or out. And then his fourth option again is to run, find his escape, or scramble outside and find someone deep or coming back or mirroring him horizontally to get the ball to. Okay, so this is against a too high safety look. Some teams will start too high and they'll roll to 1 high. Okay, if he identifies a team that is doing that, again his progression too high to 1 high, he's going to know right away if this safety rolls up. As he's dropping, he sees a safety roll up and a corner drop. Automatically he's off the Y and his progression now becomes Z to F to H. And the F knows if this safety's rolling to the middle of the field, he's obviously not going to run a post in the middle of the field. He's just going to keep going vertical right there. Okay, so then we're back to our first route progression against a cover 3 deep thirds coverage, which I just showed you earlier on. So I think it's a great package that you can get a lot out of. If you have a quarterback who can throw the ball pretty well and receivers that are decent enough and really run their routes hard and can make these simple adjustments pre-snap or on the fly.